morning.
Good morning.
This week we will see that heroes provide for the needs of others. To begin, Aaron,
What?
can you think of the best gift that you've
The best gift I've ever gotten, yes.
Well, no.
Well, you see, I love getting gifts.
Well, yeah,
People
but-
see me and they're like, that man is a gift. I therefore want to buy him a gift in return.
Well,
I've gotten so many gifts that I love. For example, you bought me this banjo.
Oh, I did, yeah.
And my sister, she brought me this Bible. Has my name on it. How neat is that?
It's a really nice
pretty
Bible,
neat.
Aaron. I just thought.
Pastor Stephen, he bought me this pretty neat little face mask.
Oh.
Whoa. No germs in here.
Are you almost done?
I also like buying gifts for myself,
You
like
do?
this hat.
You
It did.
When
Looks
did you
really
buy
good.
that?
Thank you.
It's nice. It's
Yep,
just not
and
like.
also I like buying this for myself, the little ring wraith here.
When did you buy that?
Not important.
Okay.
No
Aaron,
man can defeat me.
Aaron. The question I was going to ask you, it wasn't what's the best gift you've ever received. It was going to be, what is the best gift you've ever given to somebody else? I mean, it's really nice and fun to get gifts. Like, it's really fun. But it can also be so joyful and wonderful to give a gift to somebody else. You pick it out for them. You think of what they might really, really love. You get to watch them unwrap it and share in their joy, right? When we focus on the needs of others, we take our eyes off of ourselves to bring other people joy. It's like what it says in Philippians chapter 2, verse 4. Let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others.
Got it. And I just was reminded the best gift I've ever given you.
Oh.
It would be this little gem right there.
Oh, my ring? Oh, I do love that
Also
ring.
my heart, clearly, and my last name. You're
Aw.
welcome. Best
Thanks.
gift anyone could ever want.
It is a nice gift, yeah.
He sees the ring.
And we're filming a video right now. I don't think we're playing right now. Okay, it's not playtime, it's filming time. You can get this back when we're done, is that
Be
alright?
gentle.
Yes, get it back when we're done. I'm gonna set them over here. And you'll get that one back too. Okay. Remember, Jesus is the hero of the Bible, and he's the hero of our videos. Yes, in the Bible we see many times where Jesus provides for the needs of others. There was a wedding that he turned water into wine to provide for the people at the wedding, right? He performed so many miracles to provide for the physical health of people. In our Bible passage today, we are going to see Jesus provide for a very, very large crowd of people. Let's see. Our first passage today comes from Mark chapter 6. And in this passage, it says the disciples return to Jesus and they're telling him about all the things that they've done. So remember that Jesus sent the disciples out? He sent them to preach about the kingdom of God and to tell people about what God was doing. And now they're coming back. They probably haven't seen each other for a long time. They've been traveling and they are tired. And Jesus tells them, let's go somewhere by ourselves. Let's rest, right? They're hungry. So they get in a boat and they're going. But a large crowd of people knew where they were going. They wanted to hear teaching from Jesus. And so they ran ahead to meet them on the other side of the shore. So when Jesus and his disciples go to the other side of the shore, they're expecting a place where they can rest and be alone. There's this huge crowd of people. And instead of just looking to his own needs, remember he's tired, he's hungry, right? Jesus said, these people need a teacher and I'm going to teach them. It began to get very, very late, right? Remember the disciples are tired, they are hungry, okay? They've been traveling for a really, really long time. And they come up to Jesus and they say,
Jesus, this is a desolate and empty place, and it's late. Will you please send these people on their way into the surrounding areas and then go buy themselves something to eat?
but Jesus answered them,
You give them something to eat.
and they said to him,
Shall we go with 200 denarii worth of bread and just give it away?
right? They're thinking, okay, it's really late. There's nowhere around here. We'd have to travel to get food. And that would be a lot of money to spend money to buy these people all this food, right? Now think, Jesus obviously had needs of his own, but he was looking to provide for these people. And the disciples weren't seeing that God was going to provide for these people. Jesus said to them,
How many loaves do you have? Go and see.
Right? He's asking them, how much bread do you have? Like, what kind of food do we have with us? And they go and they check, and they find that they have.
We have 5 loaves of bread, and we found 2 fish.
And he told them, okay, everybody sit down in groups on the grass, right? It says they sat down by groups of 100 and groups by 50. Like, there were so many people there. And he took all the food that they had. Remember, they had 5 loaves of bread. They had 2 fish, and that's for hundreds and hundreds of people. And he looked up to heaven, and he thanked God for giving them and providing them that food. And then he divided up, and he started passing it around. And they passed around, and it said they all ate and were satisfied. And in fact, when they were done, they took up 12 baskets, and there were still broken pieces of bread and some fish. They had leftovers after this event. And it says, here's the kicker, there were 5,000 men there. So if you can imagine having 5 loaves of bread for 5,000 people and only 2 fish, and all of them ate and were not hungry. That passage was from Mark chapter 6. We're going to skip ahead to Mark chapter 8. And in Mark chapter 8, we see a very similar story. It said that a great crowd gathered again, right? And they had nothing to eat. And Jesus called his disciples, and he said to them,
I have compassion on the crowd, because they have been with me now 3 days and have nothing to eat. And if I send them away hungry to their homes, they will faint on the way, and some of them have come from far away.
So we see here that Jesus wants to provide for them out of compassion. He loves them, right? He's not angry with them or frustrated with them that they're coming without food. He's saying, we need to provide for them. I care about these people. I don't want them to be hungry or go home and be starving. They've been with me for 3 days. They're listening. Let's provide for them. And the disciples said to him,
How can we feed all these people in such a place where there's nothing? We don't have anything to give them.
Isn't that interesting? This is just a few days, it seems like, or it's definitely after the time when Jesus fed those 5,000 men, and they're still like, how is this going to work? How is this going to happen? And once again, he asks them,
How many loaves of bread do you have?
and this time they said,
7.
they had 7 loaves of bread. And he tells the crowd to sit on the ground. He takes the 7 loaves. He thanks God. Thank you for providing this meal, providing this food for us. It says they also had a few very small fish, and he blessed it, and he started passing it around. And it says they ate and were satisfied. And in the end, they took up and they had leftovers. This time they had 7 baskets of leftovers, and it said there were about 4,000 people. So once again, we see God miraculously providing for these people. Now these Pharisees come up to Jesus, and they're saying, can you give us a sign from heaven that you really are who you say you are? You say that you have messages from God. Can you prove it? Do you have any signs? And Jesus says to them,
Why does this generation ask for a sign? Truly I say to you, no sign will be given to this generation.
After saying this, Jesus and the disciples get into a boat, right? They're going away. And as they get in the boat and as they start sailing away, the disciples realize they forgot to bring bread. And what's interesting is right away, they start discussing this amongst each other. They start talking about how they had no bread. And Jesus, aware of this, says to them,
Why are you discussing that you have no bread? Do you not yet perceive or understand? Are your hearts hardened? Having eyes, do you not see? And having ears, do you not hear? And do you not remember? When I broke the 5 loaves for the 5,000, how many baskets full of broken pieces did you take up?
And so he's asking them, do you remember this? You were with me when I fed these 5,000 people. We had leftovers. And he asked them, how many baskets of leftovers do we have left? And they said,
12.
And then he's going to ask them again, okay, and we just fed these 4,000 people. How many baskets of leftovers do we have?
7 for the 4,000.
And he answers them, do you not understand? They are so concerned with their own needs. They are so concerned in looking to themselves. They're forgetting that God is there to provide. They're not trusting God that he will provide for them, even though they've seen it with their very own eyes, that God will provide for their needs. Somehow they still do not understand. Let's remember, heroes look to provide for the needs of others. If we are only looking to our own needs and our own wants, we might miss opportunities to see God's goodness and be a blessing to other people. The Pharisees were so focused on a specific sign that they wanted to see, they missed miracles right in front of their own eyes. The disciples, they had witnessed these miracles, but it seemed like they immediately forgot as soon as there was another time where they got scared or worried that God wouldn't provide. When heroes provide for the needs of others, they do so not on their own strength and not on their own just stores of provisions, but they do so by trusting God and trusting that God will provide for their friends and family. This week, look to be a hero who provides for others. I'm going to encourage you, I'm going to encourage us to look for opportunities to provide for the needs of others. You might need to sacrifice something in order to provide for this. I want you to think of what that would look like. Maybe you could provide actual help to somebody. Like maybe you could get your brother or sister a glass of water, and you'd have to provide that help for them. Maybe you could help your parents around the house and say, how could I provide help to you this week? Could I fold the laundry? Could I put the dishes in the dishwasher? Could I clean my room? Would that provide for you this week? Sometimes maybe providing doesn't look like things and bringing things or doing things. Sometimes it looks like time. You might want to play by yourself with a certain toy, but you provide an opportunity for your brother or sister to play with you. You might want to be really crazy and run around the house, but maybe you could provide your parents just some peace and quiet for a little while. Right? Think about what you could do to provide for others and look for the people who are providing for you so you can thank them and thank God for the providers in your life. I hope you have a wonderful week.
So, what you want me to do is give me opportunities, provide opportunity for me to play with my ring wraith toy?
You can play with your toy. I mean, you have to edit this video eventually, but...
Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
I don't know.
He's right here.
Oh.